What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 20 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Skulltaker Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we have reached pretty much the end of ULTHUAN. We have taken out Tyrion and another of his stacks once again, and I think Nashir's stack here is probably the very last stack that they have remaining. And Skulltaker will hopefully deal with them next turn, which is necessary because we are nearly ready to travel once again. Off of our cooldown, hopefully towards Vlad and grabbing that Nemesis crown, just because we can. Granted, it probably won't do too much for us, especially the Winds of Magic cost reduction, and the missile strength is, well, might actually help a little bit, because we do have a couple of skull cannons, and I did want 2 more skull cannons in this army, but it's gonna be kind of difficult to get them here. I wonder how long it would take to global recruit them, just out of curiosity. I really wish we had that that thing up and running that lets us globally recruit faster. Let's see. Skull cannons take 4 turns to global recruit. Yeah, Skulltaker's not sticking around for 4 turns, so we'll get them those, but we'll probably get them elsewhere. Maybe once he teleports to a new place, we'll set up a new lord and then have him recruit them while he does that. Something like that. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this time, I think since we're on the same turn as the last episode, we pretty much did everything with one exception. Well, 2 exceptions. The one exception I did between the episodes, which was sacking, raising, whatever, these little tiny battles at Shrine of Assyrian and Gariel and Port Elistor, because obviously Skulltaker's army was not in any shape to continue moving. Speaking of continue moving, we still have this potential fight against Maddie Butters with these two, as we were looking to declare war on Silostra and Deerfan. Should be a fun fight. Granted with blood hosts once more, but you gotta do what you gotta do. They are at war with Nagrith, but we're not even gonna ask, we're just going to straight up declare war, like so. Alright, and just to double check, do we have any new missions, ally missions? No, really we need more Chaos Dwarf stuff in a bunch of armies, because it works nicely with ours, so that's what we're waiting on. Do either of you have artillery? Yes, we do, you have some artillery. Do they have carronades in this army? Guess we're about to find out. Oh! They have Robert Bartholomew, the damned paladin, in there. Well, good for them. Venom Glade will be our first attack, and we got 42 essence and, ooh, decisive defeat, at least against you by yourself. Ooh, they do have 2 deck gunners, and a couple carronades. Well, the carronades will probably be able to outgun our skull cannons, in fact, no probably about it, but we shall see. With these 2 armies, though, I think we'll be just fine, and we'll also declare war on Nagareth and see how we do against them there. Pyrrhic victory still. Interesting. We'll have to see about that. Go. I heard Lord of Murder and then nothing. Embrace Savage something? Or something along those lines. Gotta listen to these guys' speeches a little bit more. And I do try to do so, but it doesn't always work out. Anyway, here we go. Big ol' army of Vampire Coast units that we do have to destroy. And the biggest threats on the field are, of course, going to be the enemy deck gunners and the enemy carronades. Fortunately, enemy artillery, or specifically Vampire Coast artillery, are just so fragile. They might be one of, if not the most fragile units in the game. Like, you sneeze on them and they explode, which is gonna hopefully work out reasonably well for us. Gonna keep trying to take pot shots at them with our skull cannons, and it looks like at least this unit of deck gunners is down to about half HP. It is, however, moving into the shadow of the tree line and this impassable terrain, this little cliffside here, so that's going to work out for them. Granted, this is just getting a taste of our own medicine, as essentially we're doing the same thing. And the enemy carronades can easily destroy or heavily damage skull cannons, and what we're doing is we're using the tree line and the cliffside to protect them, just paying attention to the firing line of those carronades such that they're not really a threat to the skull cannons, and just keeping close enough to this area to be able to fire upon the enemy with relative impunity. Of course, we have relatively low ammunition on these skull cannons, so we don't have to do this for very long either. Mortars firing on us we don't care about because they'll do no damage. Anyway, another nice shot into the second unit of deck gunners, and it looks like they lose about a third of their HP. Let's see if we can't hit a few more nice skulls into them. There we go. It does look like the enemy are starting to bring up their carronades to actually be able to draw a bead on us while we continue hiding behind this cliffside. Get a couple more shots and we're going to have to book it on out of there shortly, in fact, right now. The other reason for doing this, of course, was the fact that we wanted to wait until our second army arrived on the field. The rest of our bloodletters, or exalted bloodletters, are all the way back here, who are going to move down the center. Our reinforcing bloodletters are going to hit the enemy from the flank, and then we will have more fleshhounds all the way from the back and the flank, and then the other units that we started with, the other 5 fleshhounds, which are currently hidden in the trees, gonna hit the enemy from the right back / flank in order to try to go for all of their artillery. Once we start essentially trying to mob the enemy / envelop their army. Problem, of course, with fighting the Vampire Coast is that they have, well, almost all their, well, especially this particular army, they're all ranged, basically, and reaching them is the big issue. Once we're in the melee, they stand absolutely no chance whatsoever, but until we do reach melee, they can dish out massive damage. And here come another couple of shots from those 2 skull cannons. Unfortunately, it looks like the water did protect these guys a little bit, so no explosive damage, but at least a few of those deck gunners still did get destroyed. Couple more shots, and they will both sail over by the looks of it. Huh. Huh. Is it... Huh. Wait. Is this supposed to be an eclipse? Because it's not that dark. Did this world always have a black sun? Huh, this is interesting. I never noticed that. You should look up more. Anyway. That distracted me. Where are we? Yeah, still moving to hit the enemy army. There we go, and it's time to start. Our fleshhounds are going to lead the way. It looks like a Robert Bartholomew, the damned paladin that Silostra starts with, will try to countercharge. But he won't stop us. He's only a single unit. We'll run right through and into as many enemy range units as we can. Same thing about to happen over here as all of our other fleshhounds move out of the tree line and into the enemy back line. Gotta silence those carronades before they start firing upon our skull cannons or upon our bloodletters as they close the distance. And similar to the fleshhounds, the Furies are going to move on in and drop down. Ooh, a couple of shots from those carronades will knock some Furies out of the sky. And same with the mortars by the looks of it, but the Furies will land upon the biggest threats, as in the artillery pieces and the deck gunners and whatnot. Enemy uses makes a decent use of its mana here, summoning Rotting Prometheans rather than using Tide Call, as the Rotting Prometheans are going to be a lot more valuable and will probably take too long to bring down, at least until they disappear due to being a summoned unit. Fleshhounds and Furies working very nicely together on the enemy backline. It looks like most of the enemy range units are silent, and we will now have to just deal with the enemy melee. Fortunately, we out-melee the enemy pretty darn heavily here. The Mourngulls are done for. All of the enemy zombies that attempted to hold ground are falling rapidly as well, and unfortunately for Robert Bartholomew, his Ethereal probably isn't going to help him too much either, as we all deal magical damage. Though the non-SFO Ethereal is... wait, what does the non-SFO Ethereal confer? Yeah, if I could just... thank you. 55% physical resistance? Alright, how we doing? Looks like one of our fleshhounds unfortunately took some heavy damage as we moved on in, having taken a few blows from all of our range units, but that's alright. Bloodletters and Bloodthirster working nicely together to surround and destroy the last remaining enemy melee units, and it looks like the enemy lord will drop, and the battle will be ours. Still don't like how it never lets you see the final death animation, but we do see him explode into bits somewhat. Fare thee well, Black Sun. All right, a fairly fun fight. I mean, at the end of the day, it just comes down to overrunning the enemy. When we have 10 units of doggos here, and the enemy is so range-focused, once we were able to close the distance, with the one exception of this little poor unit that did get reforged, the enemy was screwed. 17k as a reward, and honestly, none of these are great rewards. It is a green territory, so we could skull it up, or we could just keep occupying at this place. It was, I assume, not at tier 3. You know what? Sack it for the HP, and then Gorby's Chariot for Chant. I don't know who Chant is, but I don't want that Gorby's Chariot on him, whoever he is. Yeah, and then one of you can reclaim it, or we leave it there, raise it, and pop it in a tier 2 with that Unholy Manifestation, which I figured last episode that I might use on something, but then didn't. Oh! Really? You can't reach Shangariel from here? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Alright, I guess you're staying at the Shrine of Assyrian. I was thinking that because he had the... because we attacked and we gained his movement range back, it would be enough to reach Shangariel, but it isn't. It also might be kind of buggy. No, you still need additional movement to actually cross. Alright, well, I guess resack Angariel and head to Lothern. These guys will most likely move towards Cairn Fell, but that hardly matters for us right now. Anyway, let's see. I would like to see where Celastra's main stack is. I see Charles the Clotter. You know what, let's hunt him down. Ooh, there's iron here. And okay, this one we can put up at tier 2. Raise it, put it up at tier 2, because it wouldn't be a tier 2 anyway, and we want that iron up and running ASAP for everybody. Just out of curiosity, yeah, we're up at 58 armor on the Exalted Bloodletters. I wonder what their original starting armor was. Is it 30 or is that regular bloodletters? I guess it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I believe now we're ready to end the turn, unless there's buildings to build, which I don't think that there is. Minus the one that we're waiting for. Oh, we can do it now. Ha! Alright. Chaos Dreadhold. And up to that Sanctum of Quintex. 20 turns to upgrade the both of them, though. Just out of curiosity, nothing here will reduce the time now. I think we have something in the text that allows us to do it, but our teching is so slow that it doesn't really matter. I mean, I suppose technically it's only turn 45, but nonetheless. Anyway, Skulltaker, stay there. Skip unassigned skill points. Cult upgrade available where? Waterfall Pass. Oh yeah, we're waiting to teleport Skulltaker, but we need him to swap units first so we can ignore the cult upgrades. And the cultists have moved, and we need to set up the super cult somewhere. I'm thinking Altdorf, though. Decent likelihood that it falls as well once Skulltaker has something to say about it. Oh, lots of ogres running around in the middle of the Empire territory is now kind of interesting. Anyway, end turn. Hope I didn't forget anybody, but well, we have a lot of moving pieces right now. Half-Deer Nightbane just got Supervisor, but odd that he didn't have it until now. Celestra Deerfawn immediately wants peace. Well, that's not going to happen. And is anybody in range to attack us anywhere? Ooh, and Arbal should be reaching the first of the enemies that he was moving towards. Illyrian will destroy itself, and that's just fine. And we will... don't we still need to destroy... Catch that little army, we'll probably need to occupy... Yeah, just fight, whatever. Oh, or that guy's dead anyway. Well, whatever. And what is this? Crucible of Delights. Distract them with slaughter, control +4. Yeah, sure, distract them with slaughter. What's this? Entiro Heldenmouth. Oh, you're ready to Demon Prince it up. Yeah, sure, go for it. Let's see if he gets a decent, trait. Are you kidding me, Vlad? We were just going to teleport to you, and Ungrim. Alright, I guess we're gonna teleport to you, and he sealed it away too. And we couldn't teleport before then. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, man, alright. But he has a great defeat trait with lots of traits, so fine, I guess. One of our cultists got wounded. Wow, that's annoying, but at least he didn't get wounded before he set up the cult at the Waterfall Palace, and the reason that that's annoying is it takes him like 8 million years to travel over here, and then I assume he won't respawn at the nearest cult. He'll still respawn at the nearest territory, which ain't great. Also, I would like to see what kind of trait we got for this recruiter man. And Taro Hildenmouth, you have unearthly reflexes. Ah, decent one. And speed, you know what? That works. And that works for me since you're going to be our malevolent ranger. And I kind of like the idea of, oh, I like his sort of helmet there. I like that it actually covers part of his face. Neat. We can use him to sort of hover above the ranged units and, you know, for sort of spot for them. And occasionally fight, but not the most necessary thing. Anyway, we got the Marauder horses here. Let's start building skull cannons for the ranged army, and of course the soul grinders as well. Our money is still looking good. Bleeding Spire probably does not require our army's full intervention, but I assume that the plains of Senbai Jin or wherever what's-his-face is will need to. Now, are you actually moving away from Lothern? Okay, well. You are going to sack Angariel. And hopefully that doesn't damage our army too much. 33 losses. Okay, whatever. Sack it, and then they'll move back across the water. Okay, good. Talisman of Endurance. Sure. You now still have enough range to reach Jayadress. I do wonder if she'll be willing to draw out the garrison of Lothern, because that would be fantastic. I'd love to fight that in the field rather than bother with the siege battle. Alright, there's a lot of... Oh, this guy's still out here. Not for long, though. Ooh, wait, no, we want to save that for Skulltaker. Alright, Hotek's column we can freely raise, though. Okay, so, you guys are going to move to Hotek's column. You attack because you only have the one turn until Bloodthirst attrition. I'll resolve it, and teensy bits of damage, and we will skulls it up. Alright, Armor of Fortune, and you're gonna take attrition due to the vampiric territory. Then, since we have 2 turns now left of the Khorne Ascendant thing, we'll go into Unholy Manifestations, and at last, use Khorne's Glare. And it still counts as if we're healing, or as if we're not healing, but whatever. You guys just sit here, I guess. For the turn, we'll keep an eye on the rest of these guys. Oh, you can reach this guy, but he's probably gonna run. Either way, we wanted the iron, and iron we shall have, and trophy racks up immediately. We also probably need to send a scout up there, because these guys are probably moving down towards us. Volnir Dahl. I think I'm gonna send you this way. I'd like you to fight Katep. I think it'll be fun. Let's move you all the way out here. You've got a little bit of damage on the Brutes of the Hound, but there's not much we can do about it. And then we will move you out here to grab the Temple of Adioth for ourselves. Lovely. Alright, who's up next? Just gotta make sure not to kill any lords, but we can certainly freely take territories. Half-Deer Nightbane. We will want to occupy Val's Anvil for the iron, so you're going to besiege it. Yeah. And then... Are you able to non-march stance land? No, okay, fine. March stance here. I think so. Give this guy everything but the Gorbeast chariots, and I forget, is Half-Deer Nightbane keeping the Exalted? Yeah, you can keep the Exalted Heroes, whatever. You can have the Knights, and you can have these guys, but not these guys, and we'll give him... I'll probably reduce the amount of these guys at some point. He just needs to global recruit a little bit. And I think we want to move these guys away, actually, so that they don't suffer attrition. Because of the chariots, you know? Chariots have a bad tendency to get badly damaged. Doom Feasters, you can reinforce. And... Doom Reavers, this tiny little army, you can reinforce as well. Alright, and then quickly, just auto-resolve Val's Anvil. Guess the damage just shouldn't be relevant anyway, and occupy for more iron. There we go, and I got to keep this iron as well. The growth, I guess we'll hold on to. We'll delete it in a bit, but we'll just wait for it to grow up to tier 3 so that we can upgrade, or both of them to tier 3, so we can upgrade both of the cultist enclaves. And if we want to get some monsters in here, that'll make sense, because Half-Deer's army is a little bit more sort of mixed. Actually, don't completely remember what I did with his army, or with his points. Let's get you Monument of Rage, and just out of curiosity, Half-Deer. So you have Hellforged Engines, which means we're free to get range support, and we are free to get most monsters as well. Alright, that works. And just not free to get the demons or the fast-moving infantry or the doggos or anything like that. Yeah, that's fine. That works for me. In fact, I don't really want him to sit for 2 turns. We could use blood beasts in his army. I'll think about it. I was gonna do half range because he still does have that defeat trait from Marcus Wolfhard. It's not a lot, but you know. Yeah, alright. Let's get back to it. Kuchar and the Skull Harvesters. Dibs on the band name. You are meeting up with Skulltaker here, so let's have you take Toraleer and then maybe even have... How far can you move? Oh, you can move pretty far. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter how far you can move. Toraleer. Sack or occupy. Well, I guess we need to occupy it. I mean, I guess we could sack it and occupy it. Wine does nothing for us, right? Yeah, just a tiny, tiny bit of money. Yeah, sack and occupy that. So, move here. Continue siege. You will move into reinforce. And Pyrrhic victory. Whatever. Heavy damage to some of them, but that's fine. I might say the skulls might be more valuable. Our money is in good shape right now, and we're more likely to use skulls soon. So let's actually... Skull it. Oh, right, but then we won't be able to occupy... Nah. Just sack it, whatever. Alright, sack it and occupy it. Like so. And repair it, and then you two can sort of stick around here. I don't imagine this guy can reach you from here, and he'll probably get hunted down again by Skulltaker. Ooh, we're so close to that 800. Wait. Are there any potential other Lord kills? You, but you're only worth 6. There is this potential Lord kill. I wonder if you're in range. Ah, he's just out of range. Sneaky, sneaky. Alright, well, good for you for actually annoying us like that. You guys will proceed towards Tor Serpendar. Huh. Would you be able to? Wait. No, you wouldn't be able to reinforce that you attack, so just go here, and then Bone Legion go here as well. Rest of you, follow suit. Frankly, we probably won't need them, but it'll just make it easier to auto-resolve the remnants of Kairos' faction since he's destroyed. He's not coming back from this. And then the same with you, Scarlet Feasters. You did your job, you can sail out of the Castle of Splendor. Alright. Who else? Any other Lord potentials? Ah, Gerald Black Raider. What do we have? Now, is there any possible way? You could land at Fuchao, but... Looks like you could kill Admiral Kunovale right here, which will probably enable us to move Skulltaker as well. So wait for it, but this obviously wouldn't be a real fight. We land at Liju. Wait. We land at Liju. We might have Lokir actually attack you, which would be fun. 16 melee defense. Oh, the Forsaken. Truly Forsaken. What are we missing here? If anything, wait. Bloodsoaked Champions? This is but Forsaken... No, Ferocious Hunters is... Oh, right. And they got the speed. But I guess we can still buff the Wrathmongers out of Bloodsoaked Champions, so let's do that. And Thick Skin for the missile resistance, you're gonna need it against Lokir's army, that's for sure. Do we have to declare war on them? No, but we will. Also, before we fight anybody else, ally missions, they're back. In Pog form. Oran, Sinkswell, Baradon, Soulflare, Count Noctilus, aha, and Charles the Clotter. Who's the most likely to be caught? Man, I can't believe none of the High Elf options are there. I don't like that. You guys, aha, Alistar, we'll take that. Ooh, whoa. Lots of Bretonnian guys. Yeah, we'll be fighting them a little bit too. Should be fun. 1,000 Maws and... Damn. Ben Floater. Alright, well, let's... I guess we'll spread it around. We'll take Ben Floater with you, and then you can have... Iridon Soulflare. I guess I have a bad feeling he's gonna run away, and we need more allegiance specifically from the Chaos Dwarfs, but they're not giving us a better option, so let's hope that we can hunt them down. Alright, next up... Next up, how are we doing out here? Okay, one more turn until the beastmen are ready, and we'll send the beastmen up to the sacred pools to start their fights. You have your... Still not Medusa. I don't understand. Anyway, you should have your next Lamasu up and running. That's 3, and you'll just need the 4th to complete your flyers. And we don't care about the rest of the apocalypse, no offense, Archaon. Alright, next up, let's do building. Separate it out from the fights a little bit. So, another Jugger Plant, or Juggerplex. I already have a Jugger Plant, so of course it's Juggerplex next. This is a demonic thing, right? Chaos Dreadhold, wait. No, that's a mortal area. Whatever. Funnily enough, it's a mortal area, but all of these places are non-mortal. And I guess we could switch you to mortal. Go for it. Mix it up a little bit. Alright, Skull Road, you are gonna do this. Dawn's Landing, yes to the spices, I guess a little bit more melee attack. Spices probably means something that your units can take stimpaks, basically. Go a little berserk. And I'm gonna go for the Trophy Rex, Ashen Coast. Ah yes, more iron. Can't go wrong with more iron. The Bleak Coast. Nobody use that as an excuse to eat a bunch of iron and die of iron poisoning. Demonium Hills. You need to be upgraded to Mortal, and we'll do a fight after this, don't worry. Trophy Rex, and whatever you are. Dark Bastion, and Port, though ports are frankly irrelevant to us. Torfanu. And I got the Trophy Rex up and running, that we need that growth faster so that we can get more iron. Alright, more growth out of you. There's that Trophy Rex, Vol's Anvil. We can get you the Trophy Rex as well. And Blood Marshes, let's upgrade you. I guess. Not that it's crazy necessary or anything like that. Illyrian, Toralir, Wine, I guess. And Tor Enlek, you are gonna go for Dark Bastion. Fast and Cold Eye. Tempting, but we have fought a lot with our blood hosts. That's the thing that makes me wonder. Anyway, time for a fight with Skulltaker. Go take some skulls, sir. Well, let's hope that the Lothernites sally out. And no, they're gonna run, but will they run far enough away to matter? Maybe. No. Alright, so you're gonna do this, then you're gonna break siege. Then you are going to still be able to move and hit J address, like so. Andros, and still draw out the garrison of Lothern. Fantastic. Got some decent stuff. 3 Phoenix Guard, some Swords Masters, lots of archers. We're still damaged, but not so damaged that this frightens us. Medium casualties or not. Go.
I see you itching to kill. I will not hold you back. Go! Spill blood!
Alright, I don't know why he would try to hold anybody back, but anyway, here we go. Ooh, miscast, nice. Here we go, J address here, completely screwing over Lothern by standing outside of it rather than being behind the walls, drawing out the garrison to be defeated here. Foolishly, they do sally out to save their lord, and said lord is pretty much done for already. Although the invincibility frames due to the lack of a mass will probably mean that it'll take a little bit of a while for Skulltaker to land that finishing blow. Never mind. That was actually a little bit faster than I was expecting. I guess because she has low enough melee defense and whatever. Anyway. It looks like with the enemy lord destroyed, we now just have to wait for the main stack, the pretty solid enemy garrison to arrive. We are obviously going to allow them to move closer to us, so we're going to wait right here until they are ready to fight, closer to the middle of the map. Maybe should have even backed off a little bit further. Obviously the idea is for us to, should we win, destroy the enemy rather than allowing them to hide behind the walls once more. Alright, a couple nice shots of skulls from the Hellforged Bellowers, and then the Skulltaker will move on in and take out a few of those silver helms with the Slayer sword there. Ooh, that was a nice shot. I got it. I mean, oh, I didn't think that the that the sucking effect, Slaanesh Giggle, of the Skull Cannon would work on Skulltaker. I wonder if there's a limit to the mass that works on. Skulltaker only has 1500. Either way. Artillery continues to bombard the Silver Helms while Skulltaker continues to go after them. Skyla will lead the rest of the fight forward, and this is probably the last time he's going to be in Skulltaker's army, so we gotta enjoy him here while we can before he's in his own Bloodbeast army. Bloodbeast and Slaughterbrute, I should say. Ah, there you go. Pick up an infantryman and beat the others to death with said infantryman's body. Very nice. The rest of our fast movers are going to move in on the left flank as the enemy seems to have concentrated a lot of range units there. They do, however, have a unit of Silver Helms and a unit of Phoenix Guard still defending, together with some base spears. So we will have to be careful about the Phoenix Guard dishing out too much damage to our Flesh Hounds and our Blood Crushers, especially the Flesh Hounds. The Blood Crushers should be fine for at least a little while, especially as we have the buffs and debuffs up and running, giving us 138 melee attack and making the melee defense on those Phoenix Guard quite irrelevant. Still, definitely have to be wary of those guys and of them surrounding one of our Blood Reapers / Blood Shrines. On the bright side, where the Phoenix Guard are not concentrated, the enemy army is being absolutely overrun. Balance of power rapidly shifts to about 90% in our favor, and there are too many range and not enough melee to protect them by the looks of it. Now, this is not a happy battlefield for the AI. By the looks of it, in fact, the battle is over. A very, very quick fight will signal the end for a Lothern. Well then. Alright, now we're going to give chase to the enemy. Gonna take a few minutes to do so, and I'll do it off screen, but hopefully this will mean that we can auto-resolve Lothern. Alright, very nice. Jayadress really screwed Lothern over, didn't she? As without their garrison, it's now just a quick little auto-resolve of a capital. Reap captives for skulls. Our skulls are okay, ooh, but if we reap those captives, we'll get 1,000-ish more skulls. And now, we have 69,000 skulls. Nice. Slaanesh returns to this campaign. Anyway, Skulltaker, you are able to hunt Alistar the White Lion down, though his army is a little bit lackluster, admittedly. We still want to occupy Lothern. We could also... wait. Get the Tower of Lysaean, sack it, allowing these guys to auto-resolve it, then occupy Lothern, because we should have enough enemy lords to, like, sort of mini-kill onto... ooh. Alariel's back. Oh, no, but because Alariel's back... well, actually, we don't really need the... we don't really need this, moment. If we take the Essence, that will put us over 800. Okay, wait, so there's gotta be a perfect way to do this. So that means we probably want to save Alistar until the last move, because if we auto-resolve the Tower of Lysaean... Alright, let's see if I can do this right. Hit the Tower of Lysaean with the Skulltaker, like so. We will sack it for the money, I guess, although skulls are probably more necessary than money at this point. I mean, it's not... money doesn't really exist. It's favor, but whatever. Sack it. Then, you have enough movement range to hit Lothern. Occupy it. Yes, it's 1 billion money and 1 billion skulls. However, we can occupy it at tier 4, and it'll still be nice. So occupy it, which kills off your movement range. Then, you leave this place, like so. And, ooh, so we got the Harbor of Lothern, we have... please tell me we got the Damn. I was really hoping that we would get the Skull Cannon building, because then Skulltaker would be able to recruit them here. But I guess, you know what, ending a few turns and recruiting a few things might not be the end of the world, even if it does bother me. Let's see, is there anything else that we got out of this that'll be useful? Chaos Knights? I mean, we could temporarily use Chaos Knights or Doggos or Blood Beasts in place of the Skull Crushers, which we still need to get. Oh, bloody hell. Alright, then... Okay, Skull Harvesters, you're moving up. And Kuchar, you are waiting for a turn. We still have to swap units around, so that hasn't changed. I guess you two can then travel together. You'll need to break down the gate anyway, so we'll send you here. And have you kill off Alariel. We don't need to deal with her again. Not like her army is worth our time anyway. And Crimson Beast, what do we have at the White Tower of Hoth? We could take it to tier 3. Yeah, go for it, take it to tier 3. Since we're by the... Oh, really? Okay, I might do that between the episodes, maybe. If I remember to. Admittedly, it doesn't feel like it's worth fighting, but this is. So, you can do this. Auto-resolve. Which will damage both armies, but hopefully not enough to be super concerned. And we will... I forgot to check whether it had a resource, damn it. Alright, take the skulls, I guess. Alright, and defeated Alariel, and yay, it didn't have anything. Good. Banner of Swiftness, Iron Curse, Psychon, another Khorne Zealot. If you go into March stance, you could probably reach the Crimson Beasts in 2 turns. Probably better off you two just staying here and grabbing Unicorn Gate. That should have given enough movement range to Skulltaker to reach Mr. Alistar. Then, we're gonna go to the Cloak of Skulls and we will empower the last version of it. I mean, the last version of this particular tree, giving Skulltaker's army is fully replenished after defeating a lord in power. What we've been waiting for, or one of the things. Then, Skulltaker will hit Alistar's army. Alistar will run, and we won't be able to reach him, but... I'm actually surprised that Skulltaker doesn't have a similar mechanic to Valkia for when jerks run away and he just, you know, or she just chases him down, but I guess that's Valkia's thing. I forget, does Scarbrand have a similar mechanic? I no longer remember what Scarbrand's mechanic is, but anyway, you are going to chase down Iliandara. Like so. Ignoring Dasta and Cold Eye. I'm probably going to send you up to Twisted Glade after. And Auto-Resolve, which will kill another Lord, which will re-up the movement rate of Skulltaker. Very nice. And Tordranol can be raised or sacked, it doesn't really matter. Auto-Resolve. I guess the green territory, so we could still get some use out of it. Yeah, we have plenty of skulls, just stock that. Alright, perfect vigor. It's always funny when the Blood Host start racking up traits. Then Skulltaker will be in range of Alistar. Frankly, this is a weak army compared to those that we just fought, so we don't need to deal with it. So I think we'll just auto-resolve it, and Skulltaker's at full HP. Oh! Wait, so it's when any Lord wins a fight, he's fully HP? Oh, that's insanity. Okay, that... okay, it makes sense when Skulltaker does it, but anybody else, that's crazy. Alright, so just out of curiosity, when Skulltaker himself does it, if we take, for example, the skulls, will he still re-up to full HP? Yes, he will. Oh, that's crazy. Alright. Mission successful as well, which is fine. Alright. Now we are in range of these guys to retrofit, but I will do that between the episodes. With this episode, ULTHUAN has fallen, and we can, I think, leave it here. There's a little bit of admin to take care of, and I will deal with it. Swap some units around. We still have to swap the units with Kuchar, and... Well, that's annoying. The target does not meet the criteria. Why? Why can't we teleport right now? These guys are at sea, and we are at war with them. Why can't we teleport to them? I thought you could do it in the water. Do you need to be in the water to do it? Because we do have other ways to get ourselves moving again. Volnir, oh not Volnir, somebody was near another lord, weren't they? Was it you? Yes, okay, so we could kill Morella with an auto-resolve, which will give us movement range again. That one was already done. Is there anybody else that we can get that off of? Maybe this guy. And Gerald Black Raider can kill off Admiral Canwovale. Canwovale. I would really like to teleport, though. Well, I guess that doesn't really change anything, because we still have to do the admin and then swap the units around. And either way, we are out of time, so I'll think about how to deal with that between the episodes. And next time, we teleport the heck out of here. If not with Skulltaker's teleport, as in if we use that, we'll use either this cult or this cult, most likely this one just to hunt down Ungram, hunt down Ungram, raise our way through this and get his defeat trait. Don't really care about Sylvania's defeat trait, although we have been holding on to the Skull of Draiska, or Helm of Draiska, which might kill off, if we're unlucky, might kill off Skulltaker for a turn. Wound recovery time plus 10 turns, and the reduction in wound recovery time that Vlad offers might actually be quite useful for us. But anyway, that's all neither here nor there. Calling it here. Next time, more skulls, more blood, more Khorne. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.